This video is going to show you how to do an exclusive buyer agency contract in Dotloop. So you want to always start your exclusive buyer agency and exclusive right to sell in Command first so that you can link Command to Dotloop. Even if you plan on using DocuSign for the majority of your documents, it's still important to ensure that you have at least some sort of working knowledge of Dotloop as well, because other agents that you co-op with may be using Dotloop. So I would recommend being at least somewhat familiar with Dotloop as well. If you are a brand new agent and have not gotten your free access to Dotloop through KCRAR, please stop this video, go back and watch the video on how to set that up before you progress any further with this. Right, so every time, like I said, you start a document contract with a client, so an exclusive buyer agency contract or an exclusive right to sell, please always start in Command. So if I have already created an opportunity for myself, there are videos on how to create opportunities if you need that, so please reference those. Once you have the opportunity set up, you can click on the name, go into documents, and then you have the option here of starting a transaction. So if you have both of these linked, you will have the option of DocuSign or Dotloop. In this instance, I would select Dotloop, which is going to automatically open up a new browser for me in Dotloop. I am going to go ahead and open it up myself because that is not a true opportunity, and I have created a training folder for these purposes. When you link it, whatever you have for your opportunity name will show up on your loop, okay? So when you get to that, you'll click on the name of the loop, and here you have some options underneath the name to specify what type of transaction it is. So you could say purchase or listing for sale, and then you can select the loop status. Once you start entering in more information, the details will appear for you. Then here under this Documents tab, sometimes it'll show this, sometimes it won't. If this is not expanded, you can click on Add Document, and it will show you these 3 different ways in which you can add documents to your loop. So the templates, this is going to be your forms, whether they are KCRAR forms or they are KW284 forms. Here, these are items that are found on your computer. So you would browse your computer if you've got something saved that you're wanting to add in. Examples of this would be a pre-approval letter for your buyer. And then the other way that you can get things in is by email. So when you click on this, it will give you this. You can copy to clipboard, and let's say, for example, that pre-approval letter was in an email. You could then forward that email to that link, and it will populate that in your loop for you. So for the purpose of this, we're going to go into templates, and you'll see you should have a list of different options here. So you should have KWPP documents. You should also have 2021 KCRAR residential forms. Okay, that's what you're going to be utilizing. If you're doing land, you're going to want to look for land. Okay, so clicking on the residential, these are all in alphabetical order, or you can start typing into search. So for example, this is going to be an exclusive buyer agency contract. So you're going to click on that, and you're going to copy that, and then you will click OK. You'll notice it now shows up within the folder. Okay, then you start filling this out with the information. So it will populate some things that you can autofill. So this will save you time down the road. So we want to go ahead and add a buyer. So you're going to select person, and you're going to go add person. You'll type in the name of your buyer or buyers. Okay, and then you have to add in an email as well. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then the other thing that you have to do, this one automatically selected a a role for you since I selected buyer, but everybody has to have a role. So just those 3 pieces of information are sufficient to then add the person. If there was an additional buyer, you would put that person in. Now, obviously, I did not put the marital status, so I'm going to have to fix that later. And then we have the buying agent. It should allow you to then populate and select yourself. You're going to click on autofill. So you'll see here, it autofills just 2 little fields for us. Now, as I said, I have to go back. A married person. So you do have to put marital status for every person. Or if it's a couple, you would put one name, the second name goes on this line, and you would put a married couple. Okay, then you just start filling out the contract like you would any of the other ones. So whether it's residential, income, vacant land, or commercial, your general location. So let's just say Missouri in this case. Be as specific but yet as broad as you can. And then you have to do a price range. So let's say I was searching in the $250 to $350 price range. And then this will usually be the date that you are meeting with them. Me personally, I do 6 months at least for my buyer agencies. If it's new construction, you definitely want to do longer, depending on where the home is in the process. You'll see at the bottom here, it automatically, because I did the autofill, pre-populated the initial for myself. So I don't have to add that. Okay, coming in, compensation. This, you have to put in 3. Oops, I don't know why that happened. 3 there and 3 here. If you have a BAC, you have to put that in there. If you don't, you leave that blank. This blank should be 90. This one should be 60. And I encourage you to go through and review this. You should be able to explain this contract to your clients. Right now, I'm just showing you the boxes to fill out. But again, you need to have the ability to paraphrase this to your clients and tell them what they are signing. Answers to this one, yes, yes, no, yes, yes. Coming over here, don't miss this one. Paragraph 14, we do have to check that because we are a part of a franchise. Again, the initials are pre-populated. It brought over Keller Williams Platinum Partners. It brought over the signature. And then I just have to type in your name here as the designated agent. If I could sign my name. Okay, so I can sign here immediately in Dotloop. It'll let you do that. The only other thing that I have to do here is assign the broker's signature. So I'm going to click on that, click assign field. I have not added David to this loop yet. So I'm going to go assign field. It's going to populate up here. I have to add person, and I'm just going to type in David Bryan and then his email, if I can spell his name right. Okay, and again, I have to select his role. Since this is a buyer agency agreement, he would be the buying broker, and then I would add person. Okay, then what that will allow me to do is I can click, now that this is all filled out, I can go save and share, and you will notice that it populates the spot for me. I also want David to sign it. You can sign it to both parties at the same time, and then you have the ability to write a custom message in here if you would like. And then I always attach PDF to email. That way my clients have a copy that they can keep in their email of everything that I send to them to sign. So please take a look at that, especially if you're working with somebody outside, like your title and lender, you will have to attach PDF. And then you would share, that goes to them to get their signature, and you'll get a notification back in your email that it is complete.